Hey guys, Master Xeon here with another tutorial. Today we're going to actually start off and delete our scene. Then we're going to go over here and go to BlenderCookie.com. Go under free stuff, models. We're going to download this free base mesh that Jonathan Williamson made. We're just going to take him out for a while, hang out with him for a bit. And so we'll pretend that we've already downloaded it, and it's right here, and we'll pretend that we unzip that and put it on my desktop. So we're going to jump over into Blender, File, Link, Desktop, the model directory, and here's the blend file, Object, Base Mesh, Mel. We'll choose L, selected object, scale them down S.5. That should do. GZ1, GZ1. Maybe bring them back down some. Control A, apply. Location, rotation, scale. And here we go, we got our guy. Let's save the file. We'll just click here and add a plane. Just consider that our modification, just to test something I have a theory about. So we're going to go and save this file because Blender is prone to crashing. And Blender works, February. We'll just call this rig play, and let's go ahead and just delete that. Alright, so we got this. Now let's start building a rig for it, just something simple. GZ. Let's spread this window out. In fact, let's make a new view just for this. We'll join this and this. We'll join this, and this, and this. We'll pull this out and call this Design 2. Shift S, save the file. And this one we'll just put in side view and just use that to choose how we do the bone. Jump over to default. We want to probably turn on X-ray. And just for now, we actually are probably going to just use this one just for convenience. So W subdivide. Just create a real I'm just extruding these bones up. Right here we'll put our 3D cursor. Shift A. Add a shoulder bone. Then extrude down to create the first part of the arm bone. We'll create the hand bone, and then right here we'll subdivide. And maybe zoom in on this. W subdivide again. And we're just going to make all the fingers controllable via this bone. And I'm just going to extrude one more down. For this one, no parent, not connected. Now I'll take care of the hand. portion. Now for some reason I had to switch over into side view here, but whatever. So I'm just straightening up where I got it located basically. And that should do it. So now we'll just duplicate this bone SY0, SX0, SY0, SZ0. Alright, never mind. Alright, now we'll just drag the, I guess that's the tail of the bone down. Let's look at how it looks on the side view. Alright, and you know, there's not a whole lot you gotta say during this. It's just watch me do it. So there's, you know, there's not a lot of commentary. It's just making a rig. Everybody hates rigging. I've been trying to do a lot more lately because I hate it so bad. It drives me bonkers. I'm just extruding bones out. This one's just all bones extruded. We're going to extrude one over here for a typical IK rig. Disconnect it, remove its parent. We'll just duplicate this bone. Alright, and I think that'll do it just about for the rig. And I think that looks pretty good. And as far as controlling it, it doesn't look like it'd have too many problems. We'll also extrude a bone out here. Now this thing's not going to have a whole lot of control, so it's going to be a little fragile. Just save our file. And my least favorite part, naming. We'll call this foot control.l IK underscore foot.l. We'll call this one foot.l leg low.l leg high.l knee.l. We'll call this hip.l waist. Well, just waist, and this is just hip, and this is just chest, neck, shoulder.l upper arm.l lower arm.l hand.l. And also in this tutorial I'm trying to actually get pretty far in this, so I'm working a little faster than usual. Please excuse me. Finger low.l finger mid.l finger high.l and IK underscore finger.l. We'll save that file, and we're doing pretty good at only 9 minutes. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll need to make something for the thumb or I'll regret it. So let's switch this to front view. make a bone here and put it in the right position. And as usual, we'll extrude an IK bone, make it an orphan and no relation, and call this IK underscore thumb.elm thumb high.l thumb mid.l and thumb low.l. Save the file again, and here we go. We got our basic human rig, and it actually looks like it might suffice. So let's start setting up the IK. Save it again and go into pose mode. First in edit mode, this bone, Control P, Shift select them. This bone is going to be the child of that, so add those. So now in pose mode alright, select this one and this one, Control P, and now we have our controls. Now we just gotta select this thumb, then this hand, Control P, and also we gotta Shift D, duplicate this, scale it, no parents, nothing, and then go back into pose mode, select this bone, and then select this bone, I think, I'm just trying to make sure, and then Control Shift C and make it choose copy transformation. And now anytime this bone moves, it moves with that. So if we just put this here and then maybe select these two and Shift I, lower down the IK amount to say 2, then we might have something workable here. Which is pretty cool. We have our basic hand controls, and it doesn't look like it'll have too many issues as far as being controlled. And if I want to give the arm even more control, I can have it inherit the rotation. But that looks like it could be a problem, even though, look, you can animate rotation, which is also kind of funny. So Alt G, Alt R, that's enough playing with that. Now for the foot. We jump into side view, select this bone, Shift I, active bone, select this bone, chain length of 2. We suddenly have our walker here. We take this bone and choose that it does not inherit rotation and make this bone. Alright, we got an Alt P, clear to parent, then make this bone the parent of this bone, or this bone the child of this bone. And there we go. We got a almost competent rig. Now we just gotta make this child also with that. So keep offset, and now when we walk, we can Now we just gotta do something about that knee. Alright. Also, another thing, I'm gonna start putting the knees a little further out. It's just starting to become a little bit of a pain. So select this knee and this leg, and then Shift I, active bone, select this, change it to 1, and now we point at the knee with every step. Alright, now for another interesting part, setting up which ones deform and which ones don't. So this bone, non-deformer. This bone, non-deformer. This bone, non-deform. This bone, non-deform. This bone, definitely deform. And I think that does it. So now the next step is, let's jump this over and change it to B-bone. And we see that we got some tidying up to do. So first things first, let's just select all of these except for this one. And Control Alt S. Let's see, is there a way to make this bone just show up as a wire? I bet there is. We just have to find it. Oh no! And it looks like we're not. So we'll just scale this bone down too. And that makes this definitely look a lot tidier. Even though I think we can still do a little more. Also, the IK is not set up for these yet, so if we just Shift I and just set an IK up on there, lower the chain length down to 2, maybe 3, we have a thumb controller. And it's pretty easy to just animate it badly and mess up, which is why you should probably watch the Man Candy FAQ, because it'll tell you a lot of good ways that you can avoid that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, in this one, we're doing it sloppy. Now, this bone right here, I like to scale it down, make him kind of look like Popeye. And I'm just scaling this on just different axes, so yeah, once again, not a lot of narration. I was just trying to get through this. I actually just now realized this is a lot of work. And we'll scale the head along the X, then it out along the Y. Scale this along the Z, bring it out along the X, and we got a nice foot. This bone is not used for anything, so that should do it. Now we got a decent looking rig. Unfortunately, the foot detaches, so it's one of those kind of rigs. And it appears to be that kind of day. So, and if we grab this, we see that we have a couple of issues probably with some parenting here. So maybe we should, just for this, select this, maybe make it a child of that, and then, you know, if we move it around, we might actually be able to control this thing. So, Alt G, Alt R, and we've been in this for 20 minutes, and all our bones are named, set up. So now for mirroring, we'll select this part, plus this, and this part, and we'll put our 3D cursor here, select cursor to selected, then Control Z to reselect everything, period, to change our pivot point to our 3D cursor, and now we Shift D, SX -1, W, flip names, then we go back to selecting this, and then we select this, we press T, choose X-axis mirror, and press Control R, and that'll make the bones align without rolling it. Tab, and we have our completed rig, and that's a pretty good start. So let's take a quick break. Alright guys, continuing on with part 2. Let me get a drink of water. Alright, now in the first part we made the rig. I guess this is a continual video, so whatever. We're just going to return it all back to default, and let's test our fortune. And what I mean by that is we are going to parent it. Now I'm going to increment my file by 1, because that is a good idea to do when making crucial changes, you'll find, because sometimes you want to just go back in time before you've done something stupid. Alright, so we got our rig here, and we select the rig, we select the mesh, then the rig, Control P, automatic weights.